Giants fans are naive to believe everything they've heard on the radio for the last couple days and don't think that it's meddling ownership that made a lot of these bad decisions. That's all Dave Gettleman right now is a punching bag for meddling ownership, and he's covering over for their mistakes. Because you don't throw your boss under the bus. And it's sad to see this. It truly is. Now, I'm not going to sit there and totally defend Dave Gettleman. Yes, he deserves some of the blames, and he's made some bad moves. But I believe, ultimately, the pros outweigh the cons. And I do believe we have a foundation to build upon and get better in the future. But I don't trust Steve Tisch and John Mara to make a good hire. Because I don't trust them. Because Steve Tisch is a hypocrite. He'll tell us to have patience when he doesn't have patience himself and then goes off and fires Pat Shurmur. And I've been vindicated again in what I said last week when I told you, you're not going to find a coach that has the same report and the same belief that Pat Shurmur did and Daniel Jones. And what was said, Pat Shurmur was a large part of why Daniel Jones was brought to the New York Football Giants. I believe we needed one more season of Pat Shurmur, as bad of a coach as he was. One more season with Pat Shurmur at the helm would have done good for Daniel Jones, and he is the most important piece going forward. I would have taken another mediocre season, but no. We had impatient ownership decided somebody needs to get the axe. And now Dave Gettleman has become nothing but a scapegoat. And we're even scapegoating the wrong people because the actual problem is Steve Tisch and John Mara. If you're dumb enough to believe that Dave Gettleman was trying to rebuild and win at the same time, you're an idiot. Despite him admitting so on the Michael Kay show, again, he's not going to throw ownership under the bus. It was John Mara's idea when he brought in Dave Gettleman to win and win now. And it didn't work. So Dave Gettleman quickly, after 7 games, began to turn over this roster and start getting rid of aging players, which a lot of people at the time thought was a bad move, like a Landon Collins, even though he's not aging, or a Damian Snacks Harrison, who's getting ready to retire, or Olivier Vernon, who wasn't living up to his contract. The fact of the matter is, meddling ownership is dangerous. It is extremely dangerous, and you don't need to go very far. If you are a New York fan and you like the Knicks, a la look at James Dolan, the meme that the Knicks have become. You don't have to go very far and look around football circles and knowing what meddling ownership does. I'm not saying that ownership cannot lead and ownership doesn't have a certain responsibility. But meddling ownership, look at the Dallas Cowboys. You don't want to know why the Dallas Cowboys are stuck in the place they are? It's not because of Jason Garrett. He's part of the problem, but the full problem is Jerry Jones. Because he meddles way too much and makes football decisions when he doesn't know what he's talking about. To me, owners are nothing but glorified fans that are rich enough to own a team. They are not football minds, or they would do it themselves. It's disgraceful that I have to watch Dave Gettleman's name be dragged through the mud when in reality it's Tisch and Mara meddling in shit they shouldn't be. But people are too stupid to do some deductive reasoning and use some common sense to realize what's going on. You better pray to God that Tisch and Mara get this coaching hire right. Because if they do not, you think suffering now is bad? Wait 4 or 5 years down the road. Either way, it's been one giant rebuttal. Please like and subscribe, and go Big Blue.